Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to this bonus material video of the Beatles Song Ranking Project. Um, Before we get started, I'm talking about my official, unofficial ranking system, conscious and subconscious ranking system for inserting new songs into our chart. I just want to show you this exciting thing I got in the mail from Amazon, and it's these magnets. Check this out. Look at that. Pretty cool, right? Here's the only problem. They sure looked a lot bigger in the picture. But I suppose these are good for the refrigerator. Perhaps I'll put a few on our board, our whiteboard. At any rate, okay. So when I started the project, I said we're going to rank the songs. And I mean, how do you do it? How do you do it? Well, you do it on gut instinct, right? Well, do you have an evaluation system? I didn't really think about it. I just thought it would become apparent to me. But after only a few days, I came up with four things. And then the fifth came to me just yesterday when I was reviewing There's a Place and realized the lyrics of the song are very thoughtful. John's first sort of very deep song in a way, right? And not being a big lyrics guy, I thought to myself, oh, well, of course there's lyrics. Lyrics is going to be impactful on a lot of things, right? Especially like, in my life and whatever, Taxman, I don't know, a lot of songs. Well, I have to think more about lyrics now. I'll have to work on it. However, I realized there are five essential factors for deciding how good a Beatles song is, okay? And let's just go through them. We'll start at the beginning. Number one, the melody and the chord structure, okay? Is the melody original? Is it immediately memorable or accessible, as they say in the music biz? Something like Yesterday, right? It's just such a wonderful tune. Nowhere Man or Penny Lane or so many. The list goes on and on. Those are some of the best melodies. You know what I'm talking about. And then chord structure. Chord structure is when you have an interesting chord change. The one Paul McCartney loves to talk about is da, 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 I got arms and long to hold you. When they go to the G minor, a G minor chord. Oh, it's brilliant. But so that's a good example of going to a chord that surprises the audience, but feels right and works. And the Beatles had the most incredible ability to do that. That also holds true for chords in a cover, which we had plenty in the first record, the first LP. Okay, so melody and chord structure. Those get lumped into number one. Number two, arrangement, also known as the Beatle treatment. What harmonies did you add? What background harmonies, or what did you do to the lead vocal to make it a three-part harmony, like in Think for Yourself, for example? What percussion did you add? Maracas here, a Spanish guitar, and I Love Her, and all those things, right? You can sort of throw anything you want into the pot, but does it work? And the Beatles could take a so-so melody and chord progression and then just throw in the Beatle treatment, as they say, and voila. So that's something that's done with the help of the producer, George Martin. Think of Eleanor Rigby with the string section, right? The same thing for Yesterday. Arrangement. How do you put the parts together in the studio? Okay. Number two, again, arrangement and the Beatle treatment, kind of related. And then number three is what I call production and performance, okay? So that's the engineering of the song to get it to sound good, as good as you can with what you've got, the equipment, getting the guitars to sound good, getting the right echo on the vocal. Maybe Please Please Me is a little bit too echoey. They kind of lost that echo after that, right? In certain places, especially in the vocals. So it's also the performance. And the first thing we talk about is we just talked about Twist and Shout. Well, you won't get a more spectacular vocal performance than that, right? Paul's guitar solo on Taxman, well, he knocked that out of the park, right? So production and performance is number 3, and that can really make the song stand out. Stand out. Now, what's number 4? 4 is lyrics, okay? Lyrics, very important to many, not as important to me. I'm going to try and factor it in as much as possible. I'm going to make a concerted effort. When lyrics are throwaway, I don't care if the song is good, if the rest of the song is good, if the melody is good, if it sounds good, etc., etc. However, when the lyrics are thoughtful, when the lyrics are original, and you'd have to say John was probably the strongest lyrically, right? Across the universe and all this stuff, whatever. I'm the walrus. It's weird, but it's great. And Paul has his moments too. For no one, here, then, everywhere, whatever. You can go down the list. So lyrics, we have to consider that. Lyrics can elevate a song, as it did with There's a Place, but There's a Place we had a tough starting point because of other challenges. But There's a Place was actually the one that reminded me and inspired me to think about lyrics. But number 5 is the most important of all. And yes, I have a crooked pinky. It's a dominant gene, so I got 2 of them. How you doing? Anyway, number 5 is the most important of all. And it's just, you can ask somebody, what's the most important thing about the song? If the song's good or bad. If they can't think of it, then they need a little shake-up. A little, shake them up. Can you think of it right now? Think hard. What's the most important thing I'm going to tell you? You're going to kick yourself. You're going to kick yourself. Well, by far, the most important thing for any song, and it's something that can trump everything else. If the rest of the song is crap, which is hard to do, but if somehow it was, and this one thing got to you, it can compensate for all of it. And I'm talking about the obvious. How does the song make you feel? When they put the needle on the record in 1963, December 17th, in WWDC, Carol James of Washington, D.C., played I Want to Hold Your Hand for the first time, the phone lit up. The phones lit up. Why? Because of the way people felt listening to the song. That's why, especially when they go, I want to hold your hand. That's why I'm cracking up. But could that get any more exciting? Could it? I don't think so. Imagine hearing Please, Please on the radio in 1963 in the UK. Oh my gosh, what is that? Come on, come on. Yeah, I'm coming on. Where are we going? Let's go. I'm in. I'm going. Think about the crowds in Australia in 1964. The Beatles are less than a year old. The music's less than a year old to them. They're lining the streets. Half the population of one of the cities is lining the streets. It's not because of the chord structure. It's because of the way they felt listening to Please, Please Me. I want to hold your hand. She loves you. Perhaps even from me to you. That's another story. Of course, the song that's currently on the top of our list, which is I Saw Her Standing There. Okay? That's it.